Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Kamala Harris, an act of desperation to save her campaign from its failing poll numbers, but I think it's too little too late. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And when you get there, please hit subscribe. Absolutely free. It really helps us out. Kamala Harris is seeing poll numbers declining among groups that she desperately needs. Hispanic males, Hispanic women, black males, youth vote. They are all declining. And why? Well, in large part, it's because of the economy. But another large factor in this is immigration. People, no matter what their heritage, no matter what their race, American citizens, whether they were born here or not, they're tired of the narcotics coming over the border. They're tired of the criminals coming over the border. You know, we learned yesterday that there's over 422,000 convicted criminals, non-citizens, in this nation. More than 13,000 of them have been convicted of taking somebody's life. More than 15,000 of them have been convicted, how do I say this without getting in trouble, of forcing themselves on somebody in an inappropriate way. Those are serious crimes. And Kamala Harris, what did she do? She went to the border once in 3.5 years. So now all of a sudden, she visits it again? All of a sudden, what changed? What changed, Vice President Harris? I'll tell you what changed. Your poll numbers are tanking. That's what changed. You're desperate. You're desperate for power. You're in a position you should have never been in to begin with. You got a nomination you should have never got to begin with. Everything that you've achieved, almost everything, has been handed to you. And now you want to be president of the United States? You're a disaster. You can't even form a cognitive sentence without laughing. This is no laughing matter. This is serious. I want you to watch this video about her numbers and why she did what she did. And then let me know what you think in the comments.
That parole program is still going on. They shut it down briefly because of the massive fraud that was in it. Yeah. And there were 30,000 people who are flying in from Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, and Venezuela. Oh, I'm sure that those migrants are being vetted by these nations that are run by gangs and communists. But let's look at why. Well, do we need a poll to know why that Kamala Harris went to Arizona? Check this out. Kamala Harris's 18-point lead among Hispanics narrowed in the recent Fox News poll, this is in Arizona, to just 11 points. Her 14-point edge among women down to 8 points, and what was a 13-point advantage, Griff, for Harris among voters under the age of 30 turned into a 12-point deficit. That is a 25-point shift. So leave it to her to do something that is transparent and craven.
I think some of these things tie together. I mean, look, she went to the border because they're seeing the drop in those numbers, full well knowing that Trump has the upper hand when it comes to the border issue of immigration for the obvious reasons. But you mentioned the CHMV program, and it's so important for people to understand the administration is now touting lower numbers. They had the highest numbers in history in this past December, more than 300,000 in 1 month. Now they're down to 120 and change in the most recent month. But while those numbers are lower, the fiscal year totals just over 2 million for this year, lower than last year. However, there's 1.3 million total, and stay with me on this math because you've got 530,000 coming under the CHMV controversial program. You got another 800,000 coming through that CBP One app, which is essentially the same migrants that simply apply on their app, come across, and then are released, the same as if they crossed. So they're actually increasing the numbers and the dots connect when you look at the communities like Springfield, a population 60,000, that now have 20,000 plus new residents. And that's why voters across all spectrums are upset about it, because aside from the safety risks, you've got simply unsustainable situations. The Ohio Attorney General is looking at ways to maybe challenge legally the powers of the federal government to bring such numbers through these legal pathways.